Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Bayport Pleasure Beach. This is our British style Pleasure Beach park here in Parkitect. Apologies for the delay on this one. I'm sure you know I've moved to Canada and the move meant that a lot of this kind of long form content had to take a bit of a back seat because I'm just not getting the time sat in front of the computer right now. Hopefully that's going to get sorted in the next couple of weeks. We actually move to our permanent address in the next couple of days and we can get all the furniture built and hopefully get settled into a bit of a sort of system. But at the moment, every free second I'm having at the minute is getting different paperwork sorted and different sort of files sorted and bank accounts and all that kind of stuff set up. So I'm having to try and find little half an hours here and there to do videos, which is why you're seeing a little bit more sort of the traditional Let's Play stuff, because you know, a 25-minute Anno video takes me 25 minutes to record, whereas you know a video in Planet Coaster or Parkitect or anything like that can often take 4, 5, 6 hours, which is why this one is a little bit shorter. But I did just want to get this out there to show you that you know, it is still on the radar, still enjoying it, still wanted to make content for you. Like I said, just unfortunately don't really have the hours in the day. Hoping that's going to get sorted in the next couple of weeks. But we are here back in Parkitect and able to do a little bit of work today. All we're really doing is finishing off the wooden coaster that we started in the last episode. So we have both a station and also a bit of a storage area for the coaster carts when they come on and off the transfer track, and a little bit of nice work outside. And I just saw a random shot of Joe Lycett. That's weird. That's because I was watching an episode of Joe Lycett's Got Your Back before. I'll try and edit that out. Actually, no, I won't now because this sounds weird, doesn't it? If I edit that out. There's a really weird thing that happens occasionally when on my second monitor I have YouTube playing and I watch all sorts of Let's Plays and catch up on some TV and other sorts of bits and bobs. And occasionally when an advert shows, it makes my recording software jump across to the other screen for like half a second. It's the weirdest thing, and then cuts back again. And sometimes I don't notice because, well, I don't notice while I'm recording, and then when I speed these videos up an X amount of time, it's really hard to see those single frames. But I noticed that one then, so there you go. You got an extra shot of Joe Lycett, a funny British comedian. From Birmingham, actually, I think, from near my neck of the woods, at least, from where I'm back home, where I'm from originally. Now, obviously, I'm residing in, well, I'm currently in Port Stanley, Ontario, which is right down the south of Ontario. It's just on Lake Erie. Beautiful place, very scenic. It's a holiday really. It's a holiday town that I'm in, so there's not much going on here at this time of year, but it's still very pretty. But in a few days we are moving to London, Ontario, which is a city about half an hour up the road. There's a little bit more going on, and it's where Nicola's going to be working. So everything is, the moment is all bagged up and packed up and ready to go. We're basically moved across the world, sorry, and now we're just moving up the road, and it's kind of our last leg really before we can really sort of settle in and feel like we're home, which is something I'm really looking forward to, because as much as I've loved being here in Canada, we do feel a little bit sort of in stasis at the minute, in this sort of like weird hiatus, as we're you know, we're not really in our own home. And we can able to really get sorted. So I've got all the furniture boxed up from IKEA and all bags of stuff and cleaning products and hoovers and all sorts of stuff ready to go with us over the next couple of days. So hopefully I'll still be able to manage to do daily content, but if there is a small gap, that'll be why, because you know, spending a lot of time with a screwdriver and some Allen keys, screaming at some black and white photocopied instructions as I put together furniture. Here we go then, building in the transfer track. So, like, there's only so much you can do with Parkitect, really. Same with Planet Coaster, really. You know, these games don't have transfer tracks built into them, so you have to kind of do something that looks a little bit like them, and I think that's turned out quite nicely. I wanted to try and cover it up a little bit as well. So, even though this is going to be a big concrete swathe, this park, you know, I do want to make sure that it's very much a concrete area. There are going to be areas of planting and grassland just to kind of bring a bit of colour to the area, and then also it acts as really great coverage for buildings that people maybe don't want to see so much, such as the transfer track here for the ride. But I actually think this turns out really nicely. At the moment I've called it RollerCoaster because, you know, a lot of the times these early ones are called just RollerCoaster or something similar. But if you've got any suggestions for a name for this coaster, let me know. Like I say, it is a sort of typical sort of old school woody, so have a think about the sort of names that we often give those in the UK, especially because one thing I have noticed in North America, they often give their rides really sort of powerful names, and we didn't really until more recently in the UK. I'm going to say here in the UK now, not in the UK anymore, am I? But in the UK, they very often call them things like, well, yeah, like RollerCoaster, for instance, or Velvet Coaster, or you know, really sort of poor names like that. To be honest, Big Dipper. The Grand National, which is named after a horse race, whereas in North America they're all called things like Vortex and Typhoon and all awesome names like that. So bear that in mind. This is a British park. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. It really helps out the channel. If you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Any thoughts, queries, suggestions, you can pop them down below. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.